Vasquez, that 28-year veteran of the MBTA, will likely lose his job for what he did. I still don't know why he stepped off the train to begin with, but I don't feel bad for him. He put those passengers in major danger, and, you know, he'll likely lose his job, and that's the way it goes, you know. He should lose his job as far as I'm concerned. So, some of you may have already noticed, or you might stumble across, this long, like a whole book, comment posted by False Alarmist. Or rather, that I allowed to post, because I don't have to allow anything to post. Always bear that in mind, people. Okay? I'm doing something that a lot of people maybe wouldn't do in my position. I'm allowing shit like that to post. Okay? Probably a lot of people wouldn't, but I am. Okay? And somewhere in that long comment that most of you are not going to bother to read anyway, but that I did read, False Alarmist refers to me as a study in mental illness gone untreated. Yeah. And by untreated, what does he mean? He means that I don't fill my fucking brain full with I don't fill my brain with psych meds. That's what he means. Okay? That's what he means. But what he really means, people, and any thinking individual can see right through his shit. Okay? What he really means is that, see, he would want to go back to the times where they gave people like me lobotomies or something. My personality offends him. Meanwhile, I'm not hurting anybody, mind you, but my personality offends him. So he refers to me as a study in mental illness gone untreated, because I don't shove myself full of psych meds, basically. But it goes deeper. It's really that my personality offends him. You know, and I'm sure he would be really happy if we went back to the times where they just gave people who, you know, didn't fit in or were different or whatnot, they just gave them a fucking lobotomy. Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't care what your stupid long comment. I know exactly what you were doing the other day, and you can deny it to Kingdom, or last week, you can deny it to Kingdom Come, okay? You can deny it to Kingdom Come. Because the bottom line is, I'm not hurting you. I'm not hurting any of you. And Miss C, prior to us even becoming friends, you know, we gradually became good friends, but prior to that, you know, she was calling my, you know, my channel, like my videos, you know, free entertainment, okay? So people who are more lenient, less rigid, and whatever, they enjoy my videos just for what they are. Okay? And then my enemies, of course, can't stand me. And then there's people like False Alarmist. I'm a study in mental illness gone untreated. Yeah, well, whatever. There's a hell of a lot of people out there who are studies in mental illness gone untreated, if that's what you want to refer to it as. But basically, he's just of the mindset, I've been dealing with it with Auntie forever, you know. Psych meds are the panacea to cure all human woes, because we all need to be, just like John Rappaport says, that they just want carbon copies, so you want me to be just like everyone else, and if I just stuck the fucking medicine in my brain, everything would be fine. Because please bear in mind, people, I'm not hurting you, okay? I'm not hurting you. I'm not hurting you. I'm not hurting a living soul. I'm not hurting anybody. Okay? And most tons and tons and tons and thousands upon thousands and thousands and thousands of people will be less offended by me and my channel than they would be about Joe, who's fucking brilliant. Okay? He's just like on multiple levels brilliant. His belief in the Anunnaki and whatnot. Okay? They would be way less offended by me and my weirdness than by him and his firm, sane beliefs. Okay? And they would call him mentally ill. And he's not. He's got his fucking head on his shoulders and he, you know, whatever. So it's all in the way you look at it. But I get a kick out of that. I said, no more back and forth. I ain't doing it. He wrote this much, and I wrote, I'm not doing back and forth with you guys anymore. Miss C would be proud of me. I'm not doing it. Why should I? Why should I? Why should I have to sit there and defend myself against people who are never not going to hate me? It's a lesson in futility. See? But I see right through you, and I still see right through you, which is what I said, and then you write this long thing saying I'm wrong. Yeah, whatever. Intelligent people will see right through you and see your game and see that you are trying to provoke me and whatnot, okay? It doesn't matter because I'm not playing your game. Like I said, you can write whatever you fucking want. You can think whatever you fucking want, okay? Because you just, I got it from Auntie forever, you know. You just want me to be a good little mentally ill girl. You know, keep my pretty little mouth shut. Only in your world, I can't even have that. In your world, I'm not even allowed to think I'm pretty because, you know, just like Auntie, you know, it's, you know, I'm only worthy of being what you deem me worthy of being, okay? So I'm not even allowed to think I'm pretty because you don't think I'm pretty, so therefore I'm not. So when I say my pretty little, let's rephrase that because I'm not even allowed that. Unfucking believable. I'm not even gonna, nothing anymore, okay? I have been through hell and back in this life. Hell and back. And anybody who says to the contrary, I don't fucking care. You understand? I don't fucking care. Because you're wrong. Okay? I'm not going to defend myself anymore. I'm not going to get into back and forth. I'm not going to do it. It's a lesson in futility, and I'm not going to do it. I can't even believe I did it last week. Repeated comments. Repeated comments. Just digging myself a deeper grave because nothing I say, someone who hates me is going to twist around anything I say, the smallest things I say. So this is what I say to all of my enemies. Fuck you. I'm not hurting you. You're just offended by my personality, and you wish we were back in the days where they just would, you know, that's what they did back then. Someone's outside of the norm, just fucking take out a part of their brain, you know. They wanted to do that to this brilliant poet. I should rent the thing from Netflix. They wanted to do that to this brilliant Australian poet. She was days from being given a friggin' lobotomy, and instead she won the Pulitzer Prize in Poetry. And obviously was released from the mental hospital too. So fuck you. Seriously, fuck you. Fuck you. Okay? Fuck you. I don't care. Understand? Really don't. I'm learning more and more. I was stupid enough to get into a back and forth with you. Not doing it anymore. Think what you want, say what you want. I don't care. Don't care. Bottom line is twofold. I'm not hurting you. I'm not hurting anybody. Number one. And number two, like Miss C says, my videos are free entertainment. Okay? And there's also a third thing that Miss C just, and I always puzzle over. The ones who can't stand me are still, they're by watching my videos and becoming subscribers or whatever, that you're increasing my viewership. You're having me have more subscribers just by adding to it, you know. That's the thing. You hate me, but you're watching my videos. See right through you. See right through you. You're the same types of people who would wish we could go back to when they just gave people like me lobotomies. Does my personality offend you? And that's why you would write something like, I'm a case study in mental illness gone untreated. Meanwhile, I'm in therapy, but that's not enough for you because you want me on psych meds, because just like Auntie, you just believe psych meds are the panacea to cure all human woes. I don't adhere to your philosophy. And my two main men in this life who are, my main guy in this life is Joe, but my two main men who are not, I don't know them, John Rappaport and Mike Adams, vehemently disagree with you. So, think what you want, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what you think, as long as it's about me. I don't care. I don't care. Follow, boy. Like I said in an old video, so what? I'm living in Fantasyland. Living in Fantasyland. I'll take living in Fantasyland because I dropped like 70 pounds from living in Fantasyland. So, here's to Fantasyland, baby. Here's to Fantasyland. Because the bottom line is I'm not. You just think I am. You're just upset about the Chad Kroeger thing or whatnot, but whatever. You think I'm living in Fantasyland, yet I'm more aware of what's going on in this world than a sickeningly large number of people. That's the thing. I've always had an overactive imagination. I was writing poems and songs at age 8 and 9 that most adults couldn't write now, alive now, couldn't write what I was writing. Most people can't write poetry or songs at all, So I've always had an overactive imagination. And I've always had to rely on myself because I didn't have, I did have some friends growing up, but I didn't have siblings. I didn't have anyone sharing in the abuse I was experiencing at home. And, you know what I mean? So, and dysfunction and whatnot. But that's the kind of, I've always had a very, very vivid imagination. But the bottom line is that I have problems, but I'm extremely aware of what's going on in the world. And there's a lot of people that aren't. A lot of people are clueless. And I can tell that just by going out to MSN articles and reading the hundreds upon hundreds of comments underneath, some of them major controversial articles, or articles that have, have controversial themes where you're going to, hear from all kinds of people. Including the one where this guy was given the valid argument, the religious philosophy that I learned in my philosophy religion class in college, because it's about this woman, she's going to die of cancer, and then people were saying, well, it's God's will. Then, well, if God doesn't prevent this, and he's not, that one, he's not omniscient. If he does, he's malevolent, blah, 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 whatever, blah, blah. And then, of course, some religious person wrote, everyone has their burdens, or God, something, everyone has their burdens to bear in this life or whatever, and yours is ignorance and stupidity. Meanwhile, someone like me sees how fucking intelligent this guy is compared to these people who are going to call him ignorant and stupid and whatnot. Because religious people don't want to hear any rationale. They want to just cling to their religion, and they don't want to hear anything rational things. They don't want anything that challenges anything they believe. Period. They don't want to hear it. And that's their prerogative. Their prerogative. And just as a final note, not one of you knew me back in 2001 when I did Alicia's World, or know anybody now who knew me back then. See? None of you. So you can't even speak for what my channel was, or how popular it was, or anything, okay? You can't speak anything against it because you didn't know me back then. You didn't watch Alicia's World. You didn't know it. You didn't know it. Period. Okay? Period. So of course, all these years later, you're gonna ridicule that and say, "Oh, that's no, you didn't know." Some of you could, you could listen to Donald's thing talking, and you still wouldn't matter. So I don't care. You understand? You don't. You can't even fathom the degree to which I don't care. I'm so glad. I'm glad that shit happened with Stony, Colin, and Phil, because they would still be subtly controlling me by virtue of the fact that I foolishly believed that they liked me. I'm not talking like as in girlfriend. I'm talking about just as a human being. I was stupid, foolish, dumb, naive. It won't happen again. It will not happen again, believe me. It won't. So I'm glad all that shit hit the fan, because then I learned stuff from bunch marketing, and that was all she wrote. Now I'm, as Trouble said in one of the comments, you have to have heartache or whatever, but you hold you're stronger for it. Okay. So that's too bad for the people who are being sincere, because I'll still assume people are being sincere. Like, what's his name? I forget his freaking name. Don't get me wrong, I'll still assume it. But I won't let anybody get to me the way that I let, Stony, Colin, and Phil. It's all. Particularly Stony. Particularly him with the... I just thought he was the real deal. Telling me that he started power walking because of me. Recommending I take vitamin D, which I did start doing. All this crap. Anyway, Grateful Fandango. Okay? He seems really, really, really cool. And I'm enjoying my back and forth banter with him and whatnot. It doesn't mean I won't have the back and forth banter when someone's nice to me. But I won't let anybody get to me ever again. Never ever again, the way that I allowed Stony, Colin, and Phil. And that is the bottom line. Anyway. That's fine. That's fine. But I'm not getting into back and forth ever again with any of you online where I'm defending myself and it's just a lesson in futility. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Not to the extent back and forth, like I did with false alarmist over the Czech Kruger thing. Not doing it ever again. Where's this friggin' comment? Where is it? Oh, he's full of it. It's Kiwi Farm Marketing, false alarmist. And Bunch Marketing told me about it. Okay? It's not Kiwi, it's Kiwi Farms, whatever. Kiwi Farms, where they ridicule certain people on the internet or whatnot. But anyway, he wrote this long book, long comment, long comment where he's going to say everything. Under my video, there's nothing I say here that I haven't said before. Why do I even bother trying to explain? He wrote this long comment, okay, that some of you might wind up taking the time to read, but most of you probably will not. Okay? Where basically everything I said that he was doing, he said he wasn't doing. And I'm not getting into it anymore. Okay? Not getting into it. As I said, one of the things he says is that I'm a study in mental illness gone untreated. Yeah, whatever. Fuck you. Fuck you. You'd love to go back to when they gave people lobotomies. Anybody who was different. Sure you would. Sure a lot of people would. Because that's what most people want to do. Believe me, I study it. John Rappaport talks about it in detail. People are afraid of anything different. And they want everybody to be the same. Learned about it in the brilliant documentary State of Mind, too. That I got for $5 off of InfoWars, but I didn't. I watched it numerous times. Joe came home from work all the time. He's like, "You're watching that again? Why?" Because I'm in school, Joe. I'm taking notes, just like if I was in a classroom. Then, of course, he was home, and I either talked to him or he put Alex Jones on to listen to the Alex Jones show, or we just talked or whatever. But, you know, when he came home, I shut it off, of course. It's really good. No, I'm the type of mentally ill that people can't stand. Because I'm not just the good little girl who shuts up and doesn't make any waves and takes her psych meds like, you know, like a good little girl should. And that's why. I see right through your bullshit. I know people think like me too, see right through your bullshit. I think I don't know. I do. Because the kind of mentally ill people want is the kind of like my mom. Meek and docile and is not going to question anything. And is going to take her medicine like a good little girl. Etc., etc. And I'm the rebel. And I'm the type who they would have given they would have given a lobotomy along, in the dark ages. Whenever that was, that they were doing shit like that. Anyone who doesn't fit in or whatever is a little different, we're going to cut out part of their brain to make them normal. How sick. They were going to do it to that Australian. She was locked up, committed into a nut house. And I didn't watch the documentary. I'd like to get it from Netflix. I'm sure probably won't say that she was perfectly normal. But perfectly normal, her being mentally ill did not preclude her from being a fucking brilliant writer, brilliant poet, and she won the Pulitzer Prize in poetry in Australia back in, I don't know, the 50s or something. And meanwhile, she was scheduled to get a lobotomy. She was going to have it in a few days, and I don't know the story, but I read the synopsis, and they saved her from them destroying her. How sick. It just sums it all up for me. Sums it all the fuck up. Like I said, I see right through you. I see right through you. I do. I'm not hurting anybody. And in the end, me and my weirdness sometimes help people. Because sometimes people over the years have reached out to me. They've told me their own stories. They've told me just the fact that I'm willing to share and be open has helped them. That Yahoo Answers thing obviously wasn't YouTube. It was Yahoo Answers. It was this guy discovered me on Yahoo Answers. I had a whole bunch of weird shit out there too, but he did a suicide search, and I popped up, and we became friends and whatnot. In the end, he wasn't going to commit suicide anymore, and he was just a kid. He was like 21. He was just a kid in India. And I certainly didn't help save his life by saying, you kill yourself, you're going to go to hell, or Jesus loves you and God loves you and all that crap. In the end, I have no idea what I said or didn't say or whatnot that helped him. I just know that it did, okay? So, fuck you. You don't like my videos? Don't watch them. Seriously. Seriously. Because in the end, and Miss C would back me up 100%, I'm not hurting you. Okay? From day one, this was several months ago, but she reached out to me, kept posting comments, leaving her friggin', she left her phone number. Call me, which she shouldn't have done, because she doesn't know if this was before we were friends. She wanted to be friends, and then she was in shock that I even contacted her, but she left her phone number. She didn't know if that would pop up and the whole world would see it. But regardless, she said it more than once, I'm free entertainment, okay? I'm free entertainment, and I'm not hurting anybody, so that's it. That's all I have to say about that. I'm not getting into any back and forth anymore. It still stands. You post something too derogatory, like extremely vicious, like, I won't even give you an example. This person stopped contacting me too. Probably grew tired of the game. Thankfully so. Just grew tired of the game. But this person, I never posted a single comment from this person in the asshole folder. Goes back. Anthony Cashby. Anthony Cashby wrote some of the most vicious things that anyone's ever written to me. Vicious. You can't imagine, because you don't have a clue, and as several viewers have already told you, including myself, we don't watch the entire video, and we watch it sped up play speed. Get it? Yeah. No, I can't imagine wasting even 15 minutes a day of my time watching a video of people that I can't stand, just so I can hurt that person, or a person I can't stand. And meanwhile, some of my enemies spend a hell of a lot more than waste a lot more than 15 minutes of their time watching my videos. Believe me, Miss C and I have been puzzling over that for quite some time and reached zero conclusions on that one. No, can't imagine doing that, because I never have and I never would. Thank you for visiting our salon. We hope you had a great experience. I did. I love the woman who does my hair. She's so friendly and so nice and so considerate and accommodating and everything else. Just a really generally nice person. As I gushed to her enthusiastically while I was singing the praises of my new hairdo, new haircut, whatever. So that's it. No more getting into back and forth. No more. I'm done. It's a lesson in futility anyway. It just upsets me, so I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to defend myself. I don't have to. People are going to form their own opinions of me regardless of what I write or don't write in any comment. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to do it anymore. Say whatever you want to say. Now, if people put things who are brand new, and I'm going to correct them, like when people are, like in the past, when, I don't know if it was Colin, I forget who it was, doesn't really matter, you know, getting my regular father confused with my abusive alcoholic stepfather. And actually, my father was an alcoholic too. It wasn't until he'd been an alcoholic for a long time. He went through ALIC. And I don't know. I was already out of the house, graduated from high school. Anyway, if someone writes a comment that it's completely wrong in the facts department, which even when I met with the Social Security guy, who was, you know, played a huge part in whether or not I would be approved for Social Security disability, and I later got what he had written in his notes. He got confused between my stepfather and my father. That'll correct you. But the back and forth I got in last week, back and forth, huge long comments between me and false alarmists, was just a lesson in futility. Okay? Lesson in futility. It was pointless. It was emotionally draining for me, and it was pointless. It's not, there's not going to be anything that, you know, people who have made up their minds about me are not going to change their minds, so I'll let them post their comments, but I'm not going to defend myself. I'm not going to reply back. I'm not going to reply back unless it's a factual thing. Okay? A factual thing. If you're confused, if I'm talking about my stepfather and you're confusing my stepfather with my father, then I'll correct you, providing I even read your comment and don't just approve it without reading it or skimming it. But something that's just, it doesn't have an answer, and it's not gonna, nothing I say is ever gonna satisfy anybody, and you know, it's pointless. Why am I gonna even bother? I'm not anymore. Not anymore. I'm not gonna do it anymore. Not gonna do it anymore. I'm not gonna. Because it solves nothing. It's a complete lesson in futility. I'm just going to let people write what they want to write. But I still have the final say whether it gets posted. So. And that's that. That's that.